Hello everyone, Sheldon with iHardware here, back with another video. So I just want to make a quick video of a Dell Latitude D531 that I picked up. I actually picked up two of these from work, did some slight upgrades to them, which I'll get into in a minute. Just want to put out a video before I post some other content, working on some projects right now, some big ones actually. So they should be posted later this month, if not in July. So just stay tuned for that kind of stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to give you guys a quick overview of this laptop. These are going to be used alongside with my HP Compact 6561B, I believe. I can't remember the exact model on that thing. HP Compact laptop with the same, if not similar, processor. I believe this one has a 0.2 gigahertz faster model of the Turion 64X2 that I have in my HP laptop. So I'll get into that in a second. Before I go over everything, I just want to say, like I said, I got two of these. Both came stock with Semprons. They use the same socket type. I can't remember the exact models of the Semprons, but they were at stock 2 gigahertz Sempron single core processors, and they came stock with 512 megs of memory. So there was two, I believe, 256 DIMM modules in there. So very bare bone minimums of the system that you could order from I believe Dell at the time. There was probably, I believe there was a model you could order with the Turion 64X2 and stuff like that. So what I was able to do is we had some old laptops that were beat to death at work, scrapped the Turions out of those, threw them in here, basically got them up and going. The other one I have, this is the one with the dual core Turion 64X2. The other one I have just has a single core model. I'm waiting to find a faster model to put inside of that one. And that one's a little bit in better shape, but it also has some issues too. So I'll get into that in a second. Both of them are fully functional, and by issues, I just mean it needs a good cleaning. This one, as you can see, this is just decoloration. These things were thrown out in the garbage or whatever. So this is like some scuff marks and stuff from that. And then I also believe it was discolored from sitting in the sun, I believe, for a while. So before I ramble on anymore, before I open up the lid, just do a look around on the thing. This laptop is 10 years old now. I believe we'll look underneath and look at the manufacturing date and stuff. I'll also probably pull up on the spec sheet on Dell's website. But we have our 394 Firewire port, and then we have microphone, headphone, and then it also has a PC card slot here, so you can put a wireless card, dial-up modem if you wanted to. And then this is where the hard drive goes right there. This one has a 100 gigabyte Hitachi drive in it. The other one has a 500 gig WD Blue Slim drive. So has a nice drive in the other one, but it has a single core, so it's a little bit mismatched parts or whatever. Both are maxed out too with 4 gigs of RAM. So that includes two 2 gig sticks of DDR2 PC. What was that? 677 speed memory. I believe one of them might actually have 800 megahertz. I'm not 100% sure, and don't quote me on that. So we have a Intel gigabit NIC on here. That's the thing I like about these Latitudes, is they come with gigabit NICs in them. We have, I believe, S-Video. Also, it can output composite video. I'm not 100% sure on that again, but I'm pretty sure that is composite because it also has the extra plugs, excluding S-Video and stuff like that. So S-Video does work on here, but it also works with composite. I'm almost 100% sure on that. Two USB 2.0 ports, modem 56K. You have your serial, and then there's also VGA for the Intel G, or no, not, this isn't an Intel based, Radeon X 1270 onboard graphics, which I believe is on here. And then you have the standard Dell power charger that works with 90%, if not all Dell standard chargers. Over here we have the DVD-ROM, disc, CD rewritable drive. And the nice thing about these is if you push this in, you can pull these drives out, hot swap them or whatever. So this one's labeled as good as entertainment. The system, I believe, is refurbished. We'll look at the bottom in a second. And then it has the two USB ports here. This little plastic piece just broke off, which is not a big deal at all. In fact, I might just take the rest of that off. So that's pretty much it for this. I'm going to flip it over on its other side now. But for a business class system, they're not supposed to be that special, that's for sure. Oh, here's the original. So yeah, you had a 1.8 gigahertz Sempron processor in here, and then a 512, and then 512 megs of RAM. And then it also has onboard Wi-Fi or whatever, pretty standard for laptops 10 years and older, or 10 years and newer. So yeah, that's been very well upgraded, decent performance boost or whatever, and to be honest, good enough for everyday tasks like browsing the web, checking email and stuff like that, which I want to use this system for, mainly for work and for school too. So um, both the batteries are good on them. I don't know if this one's charged all the way. Yeah, this one's charged all the way, and it just light went off on it when I pressed that. There you go. Okay, we can look at the bottom on the spec sheet. You guys can probably look at the service tag too and stuff. I don't care. Looking for a manufacturing date. If you guys see it, I believe it did say 2006 though on here. So it has a Broadcom wireless card in there, as you can see in the top right. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything on the manufacturing date. It is on here, so just keep your eyes peeled. Pause the video if you want to see that. So let me turn that off just to save battery since my phone is dying. Flip it over here. So if you guys have used Dell Latitudes in the past, you're probably, this one's a little bit interesting in the fact that it has different, what do you call it? The bezel or whatever is wider on them. So I don't like having the camera or the light on because it reflects off that. But as you can see, the bezel on this is a lot wider than the average Dell Latitude that you might see, like the D630, I believe, the most popular one. So yeah, there's the Latitude D531. Nice system. The keyboard on this one is a lot better shape. Overall, the system's in great shape. These probably got barely any use out of them, mainly for the fact that they were very budget-oriented models of them, or customized versions. I did take the XP and Sempron stickers off, so there's no remnants of those on there anywhere. So I'm just going to fire the system up really quickly and stop rambling. I'll go into the BIOS and then I'll boot into Windows and show you guys a quick video test before ending the video. So I will be right back. Okay, so I'm going to leave the light off on the camera since we don't even need it, since we're just going to be looking at the screen for the remainder of the video. So I'm going to fire it up here. Unlike my HP, this does not have an SSD in it, so speed definitely is not there with this. In boot times, that is. Okay. So, as you can see there at the top, Latitude D531. System information. I did update the BIOS to the latest version. I believe the original BIOS on these was A00, so big BIOS upgrade. Actually, it changed some physical features and added CPU port for sure. So yeah, the latest BIOS was actually 2013, so not too long ago. So there it says AMD R dual core, and then there's the processor ID. It runs at 1.9 gigahertz on this one, and then minimum clock is 800. So yeah, it does fluctuate in speed. I believe there's an option later on here in the BIOS that you're able to change it from running in its full power state to running in multiple power states. I believe it's called power on or something, power technology that AMD calls it. There we go. We have, it's 667 megahertz for this, so 4 gigs of RAM. And other than that, there's the 100 gigabyte hard drive, ATI Radeon Express. Was that 1270 graphics, and then you can change the video memory size, which is pretty awesome. I only have it set to 128 megabytes. You can set it all the way up to 256, which is pretty awesome. Performance Power Now is what it's called, so I have it enabled. This allows the system to operate in multiple power states, which I wanted to do. And actually, I'm going to disable that. Prevent the operating system from adjusting. So this is going to allow it to run in the full power state. So I'm going to save and exit that. I'll let you guys go through the whole boot process since it isn't that long, to be honest. So yeah, these systems, being 10 years old or whatever, are a dime a dozen, to be honest. Like I said, I got these two for free through parts and stuff in them. You could sell them. That's the thing. We were back and forth on the idea of selling them at work. But with the lower processor, like these, if you keep these systems clean, they run very well. Watching YouTube videos probably being the most demanding thing you would do on them. But the average consumer, if we were to, example, sell one of these systems at my place of work, the average consumer is going to clog this system up with antivirus, multiple programs, probably not closing multiple tabs or whatever, not restarting the system, leaving it running. and that bogs down the system quite a bit. So if you're someone who is cautious about your usage, I guess you could call that a power user. I'm not sure. That's not the exact state for or name or whatever for that type of user, but if you're a well thought through user, if you get what I'm saying, these laptops work totally fine and stuff like that. So like I said, so I'm going to try and use this or whatever for school and work purposes only. It sounds mean, I guess, but most it's I'm putting myself in a position where I want to use older systems like this. I want to get the rest of the life out of them, and the average consumer really doesn't even want to have to deal with that. So I'm putting myself through more stress than I need to. I have newer laptops I can use, but I do, like I said, like getting use out of old systems. Run them into the ground basically until they die and get the use out of them that I guess they do deserve before being retired, especially these ones since they haven't even been used at all, and just with some minor upgrades they're able to be usable and stuff like that. So I do have CPU hardware monitor installed, so that open that up here. My dogs are going to start crying in a second, but I'm going to show you guys the tasks or whatever. So the CPUs do run a little bit hot. I believe the hottest they get up to is around 76. So there's all that information, and then I'm going to go into CPU Z. And while it's doing that, we'll open up YouTube. I'll show you guys a quick video. The phone is about to die, so I'm going to try and make this video go by quick. Sorry about that. So it is a 65 nanometer chip. It's running at 1.896 gigahertz. It's a TL58 Turion 64X2 mobile using the socket S1. AMD used the socket for multiple CPUs on their laptop platform, so you just have to make sure they fall into the support list or whatever. So as you see, YouTube, everything's firing up rather fine. So I'm gonna do sorry about the dogs. Before I run this video, I do not own anything from it, so running them at full screen doesn't really work that well, but running it in window mode is totally fine up to 720p. So, and like I said, this is going to be used for work and school purposes anyway, so the likelihood that I'm going to be watching videos will only be for educational purposes, or maybe in Blue Moon watching something for entertainment. It's not picking it up that well, but I can get the information. Status for nerds. So there we go. So it's only running in 640 by. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's having any frame drops or anything. It might be. I haven't used this specific thing before, but there you guys go. Just a quick video. Sorry, it might have been boring or whatever. Just wanted to show you guys the laptop that I'm going to be using for school and stuff now. Hopefully we'll be using the HP still, but now I have another system to toss around and stuff. So thank you guys very much for watching, and stay tuned for the upcoming project videos that I have in mind, and I hope to see you guys when they come out.